Yeah, you can.
It should be Christmas Day, I am sure, on which one drinks the health of such a... It's not working.
Such an odious and stingy man he is.
Hard, unfeeling man as Mr. Scrooge. You know how he is, Robert. No, nobody knows him better than you do, poor fellow.
My dear, it's Christmas Day.
I'll drink his health for your sake, and a day's not for his. Long life to him, a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. He'll be very merry and very happy. I have no doubt.
Kind spirit, say Tiny Tim will not be spared.
I see a vacant seat in the poor chimney corner, and a crutch without an owner, carefully preserved. If these shadows remain unaltered by the future, the child will die.
No, no, spirit, say it isn't so. At last the spirit takes him in a parlor familiar to Scrooge. This was the home of his nephew Fred. Fred and his wife and a half a dozen friends were laughing over a guessing game called Yes and No. Fred and his wife.
The wife and Fred.
Fred and his wife, and where's Topper?
There's my baby.
It's that fella.
She signed it.
Oh, what, my mistake?
Yeah.
It's your line. Oh.
You're thinking of an animal, a rather disagreeable animal,
Yes.
who lives in London.
Yes.
I know what it is. It's your Uncle Scrooge.
Yes.
I'm sorry for him. Who suffers from his ill whims? Only himself. He decides to dislike us and won't come dine with us, and what's the consequence? He loses the dinner.
Indeed, he loses a very good dinner.
He's certainly giving us plenty of merriment, that's for sure. That's for sure. And it would be ungrateful not to drink to his health. A Merry Christmas to the old man, to Uncle Scrooge.
Yes, the scene fades as everyone lifts their glass. Scrooge realizes that the spirit has grown older. Much grow older. Come over here, you've got to grow older now. The spirit has grown older, much older. Her hair was completely gray, her face was gaunt and wrinkled.
My life upon this globe is coming to an end at midnight. The time is drawing near.
Scrooge watched in horror as the ghost of Christmas present dissolved into sparkling dust. Dissolved into sparkling dust. And the dust was blown away by a ghostly wind. Just then Scrooge saw a menacing figure approach in a black hooded cape. Scrooge could see no face inside that hood. No face now. No, take your face off, put it back. All right, there was no face. The shape was grave and silent. Am I in the presence of the ghost of Christmas yet to come? You are about to show me shadows of things that have not happened, but will happen. Is that so, Spirit? I fear you most of all, but I know your purpose is to do me good. I hope to live to be another man from what I was. I am prepared to bear your company and do it with a thankful heart. Will you speak to me? Lead on. Lead on. Spirit, I see that this is an unhappy man who dies in solitary, lonesome death. This might be my own. My life tends to be that way now. Before I draw nearer to that stone to which you point, answer me one question. Are these the shadows of things that will be, or the shadows of things that may be? Am I that man? Told you it had no lines. We got to work on it. Spirit, hear me. I am not the man I was. I will not be the man I must have been for this intercourse. Why show me this if my past has lost all hope? I will honor Christmas in my heart and try to keep it all year. I will live in the past and the present and the future. The spirits of all three shall strive within me. I will not shut out the lessons that they teach. Oh, tell me I may sponge away the writing of this stone. Scrooge saw an alteration in the phantom's hood and dress. It shrunk. He collapsed and he dwindled down into a bedpost. That's pretty good, don't you think? Wow, it's a very short bed. Perhaps he's tired, he's taking a nap. Yes, the bedpost was his own, the bed was his own, the room was his own. Best and happiest of all, the time before him was his own, to make amends in. I will live in the past, the present, and the future. The spirits of all three shall strive within me. O Jacob Marley, heaven and the Christmas time be praised for this. I say it, O Jacob, I say it. Now I don't know what to do. I'm as light as a feather. I'm as merry as a schoolboy. I'm as giddy as a drunken man. A Merry Christmas to everyone and a Happy New Year all around. There's where the ghost of Jacob Marley entered. There's where the ghost of Christmas present was. They were all here. That all happened in one night. I don't know what month it is. I think at least it happened in the night. I don't know how long I was among the spirits. Oh, glorious, you, sir, fine lad. What day is it? Me, sir? Yes, sir, you, sir.
Today, it's Christmas Day, sir.
That on-off button gets them all.
Yeah, it does.
Yes, what's today, my fine fellow?
It's Christmas Day.
It is Christmas Day, then I haven't missed it. The spirits have done it all in one night. They can do anything they like. Of course they can. My fellow, do you know the poulter's place down around the corner at the end of the street?
I should hope so.
Do they still have that fine turkey in the window? Not the little one, the big one?
What, the one as big as me?
That's the one. Oh, he's a fine lad. That's the one. Is it still there?
It's hanging there now, sir.
Oh, then I want you to run down right now and buy it.
What?
Yes, no, go and buy it. I'm in earnest. Bring them back here. I will tell them what to deliver it and go now. If you come back in a hurry, I'll give you a show. No, better yet, I will give you a crown. Now go off with you. I'm going to send it to Bob Cratchit's house. He'll never have any idea where it came from. Scrooge had never dreamed that any walk or anything could give him so much happiness as the walk he took that afternoon. His steps turned towards his nephew's house. He passed the door a dozen times before he had the courage to go up and knock. But he made a dash and he did it. He turned it gently, sidled his face in and around the door. They were looking at the table. Fred?
Dear heart alive.
Why, bless my soul, who's that?
It is me. It is your Uncle Scrooge. I came for dinner, if you will have me.
Oh, Uncle Scrooge.
It's going on YouTube.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, my lord. Oh. Okay, next time we've got to pick a smaller uncle nephew there. But, yes. Well, all right. Now you see the next morning. Did I turn too many pages? The next morning, Scrooge was early at the office. If he could only be there first, that was his idea. He wanted to get there before Bob Cratchit did. The clock struck 9 o'clock and there was no Bob Cratchit. The clock struck 9:15 and still no Bob Cratchit. 9:18 and a half and no Bob Cratchit. As he came in, he took off his hat, he sat down at his desk, and he started writing vigorously to make up for the time. What do you mean coming in this time of day?
I'm very sorry, sir. I'm a bit behind on my time.
You are. Yes, I think you are. Step this way, if you please.
It's only once a year, and I was making quite merry last evening. I'm sorry, it shall not happen again.
Now, I'll tell you what, my friend, I'm not going to stand for this sort of thing. No, I'm not. In fact, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to raise your salary, dear Bob. That's right, I'm going to raise your salary, and I'm going to be a much better man. I'm going to be like a second father, and that boy of yours, Tiny Tim, he's going to be much better. Now, listen to me. I want you to go off and get yourself a coal scuttle. You've got to build a bigger fire. Go before you dot another I. Off with you. Scrooge was better than his word. He did it all, and infinitely more. And to Tiny Tim, who did not die, he was a second father. And to Tiny Tim, and to Tiny Tim, who did not die, he was a second father. He became a good friend and a good master and a good man to the good old city. He had no further intercourse with the spirits, and it was always said of him that he knew how to keep Christmas well. May that truly be said of us all. And as Tiny Tim observed,
God bless us all.
God bless us everyone, and thank you very much. How about a nice round of applause for my street performers? Come on over here and take a final bow.
Go, baby.
My
Go.
street performers all must have gone out to the street.
You wanna go?
There they are.
You wanna
And for those of you that thought that it was difficult, next time you come up here and do it for them so they can watch you. Thank you very much. And my good wife, she's the one over here that stages everybody and puts the pieces together for us back there. Thank you all.